Hello friends! Today I have a little bit of a DIY for you. Now, if you're a bit of a stationery addict or a planner person, you might find yourself in possession of stickers. Um, I have a small collection. This is not all of them. I'm still in the process. But my problem was storing them. Now, I had a couple of this type of thing where you could open it up and lo and behold, all your stickers, but you can't really see them. And, if I get a new order in, I just tend to stick it in there and forget to put it where it's supposed to go. So I wanted to be able to see them. Now, a lot of people use the little photo-size brag books, which fit most quarter-size sticker sheets that are available from most stores, but I didn't want to carry 3 or 4 of those around. And I had my black A5 KikkiK ring binder that has been sorely neglected since I moved to a traveller's notebook. And so I thought, let's make something for it. So what I've done is I've just made little pockets so that I can actually see everything that I have. And I just want to show you how I made them. Really, really simple. It took me a few goes to get, to figure out how I wanted to assemble them, but once I got into it, it doesn't take long at all, and it doesn't take anything super special either. So what you'll need is a craft knife and metal ruler, some double-sided tape, some A5 cardstock or A4 cardstock cut in half, a cheap sheet protector. Now you can use scissors, and I will be using scissors as well, but I also have my trimmer because it just makes the job a little bit quicker. And you will also need some washi tape. It doesn't matter really what type of washi tape you use. The 15 mil, 1.5 centimeter is a good size. I wouldn't want to go too much thicker because you might lose out on some of your visibility. So I'm going to use the stripy one. So the first thing you want to do is you want to pop your cardstock into the sheet protector and sort of wedge it all the way down in that bottom corner, because this is the part we'll be using. Now, if you've got A5 ones sitting around, you can get A5 ones. Sure, you can absolutely use those. It ends up being a little bit less waste, but this is what I had laying around unused. So once I've got that in, I'm going to take my paper trimmer, or my, and it can be, this is a fancy one because I wanted the scoreboard, but it can be any paper trimmer. You can use scissors for this part, but as I said, the paper trimmer for me just makes it a bit easier. Line up your edge, because what you want to do is you want to take off the excess plastic. Now, when cutting plastic with these, I tend to find it best to sort of pierce it in the middle and then move it up and down. Now, you want to make sure that your cardstock doesn't move too much in your plastic sheet. Oh, well, the plastic sheet doesn't move too much. So, pop it down, piece it in the middle, up and back. Oops, nope, that didn't work. Worked mostly. And then you would get your scissors and fix up the screw up, which happens. The good thing is this sheet protector plastic is quite thin, so it cuts really easy. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect on the first pass, and it generally isn't, because you will come back later, and that's all you use that for, so that can go away. Now, the next thing I do, I take this back out again, and you take your one of the sheets of your stickers, and you're going to want to see how much space you want there, because you're going to put your double-sided tape above that. Now, because I've already done some, and once you've done your first one, you don't need to sort of do this every single time. It ends up being about halfway. So I'm using a previous one as a template, but it's about just on the short side of halfway. And take your, and again, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to go end to end, but you want this to be up here because you're going to secure down. It's probably not even straight, it doesn't even matter, but you want to do that on both sides. Now, I tend to line up the second way by sort of holding it up to the light, and I can see the shadow of where I've put the first one down. Just makes it a little bit more, I mean, it's never going to be perfect. You could also measure these if you're that way inclined. I am not. So that's your halfway point. So now you're going to pop this back in. As once you've done sort of a couple of these, they tend to get easier, and I think I've just put that in upside down. Yep, that's the bottom. Your shorter one will be on the bottom. Your shorter half will be on the bottom. Make sure that's all squidged down. Then you take your metal ruler and your craft knife, and you're going just to the south side of that tape, and you're going to very lightly, because you only want to cut the plastic, and it is very, very thin, so you don't have to press down. You don't want to cut your card. Just going to leave that there. Pull up the other side of your tape. Grab another piece of tape for the side. Lay it down as close to the edge as you can get it, because you want as much pocket space in there as you can. Now this is the tricky bit, because you've got to make sure that you're really secure and really as far down as you can get with this piece of card. Hold it, and you want to just sort of let it fall, because it is very thin plastic. It does not like, and you can see I've creased it there. Don't try pulling it up, because you'll just buckle the plastic and pull it all out of shape, and you'll have to start again. It'll do. Turn it over and do the same thing. Now this is the bottom here. Now that you've got it in, you can tell. Do the same thing. Score on the south side. Or not score, cut very gently. That's happened a lot better. Now, here's the great part. This will now just pull off, and that's okay. It's allowed to. Now we get our washi. The hardest part is choosing the washi. Where's that stripy one go? There it is. Now I start with the open side on one side, because I'm going to wrap this all the way around. It just makes it a bit easier. Now I'm going over just over the bottom end to sort of cover the plastic and get it stuck to the card. I also sort of feel this is a good, I don't know what washi you have too. It's like, oh, I like the look of that one. I can use that one today. And just cut it off. Again, you'll trim all this up later, but don't put that away yet, because you're going to use it again. Now we come back to our double-sided tape. I'm going to cut two pieces the length of this bottom section. Because we're going to want one for each side. And it's easy to put them on at the same time. Remember, try to get it as close to the edge as you can. Don't peel it up yet. I'm sorry if some of this is out of shot. It's my first real papercraft tutorial. So you're going to stick this back on, and make sure you stick it the right way, because otherwise you've got an opening on either side. So making sure that that's nice and all the way in. And I'm just going to take this backing paper off and smooth one side up. Oops. Other side up. Grab your washi again, and we're going to wrap it sort of up and over. And you want to get, this as close to the edge of the card. Don't worry about if there's any plastic uncovered, because we're going to trim that off anyway. Okay, now we trim off all the excess bits that we don't need. I mean, you don't even have to do this really, just that it makes it look nice. Now, for it to go in the KikkiK, I need to punch holes in it. Now, the thing is if you have a, a happy planner or any other kind of planner, you can absolutely make these to put in those as well. You just need the right punch. Now, you can use a specialized punch, or you can just use your trusty one-hole punch and go from there. Now, I happen to have a lovely 6-hole adjustable punch. If I had, the personal size or the pocket size, I can adjust that to there as well, but I want the A5. I've got my little tab out, making sure it's all the way back where it needs to be, and presto. Nice big punch. So I've got 4 pockets, 2 on each side, that I can slip my stickers into. And so they'll be all nice and out on display. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you next time. Bye.